Fear and worry are like these invisible chains that hold you back in life. I've experienced it firsthand. Whenever I let fear get the best of me, it's like I'm signing up for unhappiness and failure. I remember this one time when I was so worried about a job interview that I ended up performing terribly. My mind was consumed with thoughts of what if I mess up, and what if they don't like me? Those thoughts were like poison, making me stumble over my words and appear less confident. It's incredible how much fear and worry can sabotage our efforts and lead to outcomes we dread the most. It's fascinating how our expectations can shape our reality. Have you ever noticed how when you expect good things to happen, they often do? And when you expect the worst, it seems like the universe conspires to make it true? This isn't some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It's about the mindset we carry. Positive expectations act like magnets, drawing in positive results, while negative expectations do the exact opposite. I had to learn this the hard way, but once I started recognizing this dynamic, I began to pay more attention to my thoughts. Controlling them wasn't easy, but it was crucial for leading a fulfilled life. One of the most striking realizations I had was how fear can attract the very thing we're afraid of. There was a period when I was constantly afraid of losing my job. Ironically, this fear made me so anxious and paranoid that my performance plummeted, and guess what? I got laid off. On the flip side, when I shifted my focus to positive desires, like wanting to excel in my next role, I attracted supportive colleagues and opportunities that helped me thrive. It's like the universe responds to our internal states, whether they're driven by fear or positive desire. This understanding was a game changer for me. One of the best pieces of advice I ever received was to adopt a courageous mindset instead of battling fear head-on. It's like trying to extinguish a fire by focusing on the flames rather than removing the fuel. I used to think that acknowledging my fears and fighting them directly was the way to go, but it often led to more anxiety. Then, I decided to embrace courage instead. By adopting a mental attitude of bravery, I found that fear naturally began to lose its grip on me. Replacing negative thoughts with positive ones was another crucial step. Whenever a fearful thought crept into my mind, I made a conscious effort to replace it with something positive. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail this project," I'd think, "I have the skills and knowledge to make this project a success." This shift didn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, it became easier. Positive thoughts started to feel more natural, and negative ones less frequent. It's essential to continually engage with courage. It's not a one-and-done deal, it's a practice that you have to maintain. I made it a point to immerse myself in thoughts of courage and bravery regularly. Whether it was through reading inspirational stories, watching motivational videos, or simply reminding myself of past successes, keeping my focus on courage helped make it a natural state of mind. Over time, courage became my default setting, and fear became something I recognized but didn't let control me. One of the most effective ways I found to eliminate fear was to think, speak, and act with courage. It's like a three-step process that reinforces itself. When I started thinking courageous thoughts, it naturally led me to speak more confidently. And when my words were courageous, it was easier to take brave actions. It's a cycle that builds on itself. For example, before giving a presentation, I'd think to myself, "I've got this." Then I'd tell others, "I'm looking forward to this presentation," and finally, I'd go up there and give it my all. Visualization and affirmation were game changers for me. I began to visualize myself as a courageous person, facing challenges head-on and succeeding. This mental imagery started to shape my reality. I also used affirmations to remind myself of my courage. Simple statements like "I'm brave" and "I can handle this" were surprisingly effective. By visualizing and affirming my courage, I gradually felt more capable of tackling fear-inducing situations. Understanding the effects of courage and fear was key. Fear can be paralyzing, making it almost impossible to take action. I'd often find myself stuck, unable to move forward because I was so consumed by fear. But when I embraced courage, I found that it fueled my efforts and propelled me into action. I became more proactive, more willing to take risks, and more open to new opportunities. This shift not only made me more successful but also more fulfilled. It's amazing how much more you can achieve when you're not held back by fear. Filling my mind with fearless thoughts was a crucial step in overcoming fear. I made it a habit to read books and listen to podcasts that promoted a fearless mentality. Surrounding myself with positive, fearless messages helped to drown out the negative, fear-inducing thoughts that used to dominate my mind. It's like feeding your brain a steady diet of bravery. Over time, it starts to crave it and reject fear. Acting as if I had no fear was another powerful technique. Even when I didn't feel particularly brave, I'd force myself to act as if I were. This fake-it-till-you-make-it approach helped me build genuine courage. By engaging in activities that scared me and affirming my courage throughout the process, I started to believe in my resilience. Whether it was public speaking, taking on a challenging project, or even just trying something new, acting fearlessly made a significant difference. Developing a positive mental attitude was like the icing on the cake. Once I had the basics of courage down, I focused on maintaining a positive outlook. This wasn't just about ignoring the bad stuff, but about actively seeking the good in every situation. It made tasks easier and removed obstacles that previously seemed insurmountable. Consistent mental training, by demonstrating courage and rejecting fear, helped me adopt positive thinking habits. This shift in mindset led to greater success and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Let me share a couple of real-life examples that illustrate these principles in action. There was a friend of mine, John, who was terrified of public speaking. His job required him to give presentations frequently, and each time, he was a bundle of nerves. He'd sweat, stutter, and sometimes even draw a complete blank. After discussing some of these techniques, John decided to adopt a courageous mindset. He began visualizing himself giving successful presentations and used affirmations like "I am a confident speaker." Gradually, his fear diminished, and he became one of the most engaging speakers in his company. Similarly, I had another friend, Sarah, who was paralyzed by the fear of failure. She had a brilliant business idea but was too afraid to take the plunge. She kept thinking, what if it doesn't work out? And what if I lose all my money? These thoughts held her back for years. After adopting a positive, fearless mindset and taking small, courageous steps, she finally launched her business. Today, it's thriving, and she often tells me that her only regret was not starting sooner. Her story is a testament to how overcoming fear can lead to incredible success. Maintaining a courageous mindset requires daily effort. One practice that has been incredibly beneficial for me is journaling. Each morning, I spend a few minutes writing down my thoughts, focusing on courage and positivity. I jot down things I'm grateful for, my goals, and affirmations that reinforce my bravery. This simple act sets a positive tone for the day and helps me stay focused on being fearless. Another daily practice is mindfulness meditation. Taking a few minutes to calm my mind and focus on the present moment helps reduce anxiety and fear. During meditation, I often visualize myself facing my fears and succeeding. This mental rehearsal makes it easier to act courageously in real life. It's like training your brain to be brave, one meditation session at a time. Lastly, surrounding myself with positive, courageous people has made a huge difference. Whether it's friends, family, or colleagues, being around people who inspire and support me boosts my confidence. We often share our fears and challenges, and just talking about them openly can be incredibly liberating. Plus, hearing about others' successes in overcoming their fears motivates me to keep pushing forward. The long-term benefits of overcoming fear are immeasurable. For starters, it leads to a more fulfilling life. When you're not constantly held back by fear, you're free to pursue your passions and dreams. You take more risks, try new things, and ultimately live a more adventurous and rewarding life. I've found that facing my fears has opened up opportunities one never would have imagined. From career advancements to personal growth, the rewards have been immense. Overcoming fear also improves your relationships. Fear often creates barriers between people, making it hard to connect on a deeper level. When you're not afraid to be yourself and express your true feelings, your relationships become more authentic and meaningful. I've experienced this firsthand with my friendships and family relationships. Being courageous enough to be vulnerable and honest has strengthened those bonds in ways I never thought possible. Finally, conquering fear enhances your overall well-being. The constant stress and anxiety that come with fear can take a toll on your mental and physical health. By adopting a fearless mindset, you reduce that stress and improve your quality of life. And just like that, we've journeyed through the labyrinth of fear and emerged on the other side, stronger, braver, and more enlightened. But let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you faced every fear with unwavering courage? Imagine the possibilities. Think of the doors that would open, the opportunities that would arise, and the peace that would fill your heart. Now, take a moment and visualize yourself living each day fearlessly. Feel the strength in your core, the clarity in your mind, and the lightness in your soul. This is not just a dream, this can be your reality. The path to a fearless mindset is paved with the bricks of positive thoughts and courageous actions. It's about making a daily commitment to replace fear with courage, doubt with confidence, and negativity with positivity. So, here's a challenge for you. Starting today, every time you encounter fear, Meet it with a bold affirmation of courage. Say it out loud, feel it in your bones, and act as if courage is your natural state, because it is. Remember, fear is just a shadow. It vanishes when you shine the light of courage upon it. Think about this. What is one fear that has been holding you back? What step can you take today to confront it head-on and transform it into an opportunity for growth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a community where we support and inspire each other to live fearlessly. And before you go, consider this. What if the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the courage to take the first step? How will you take that step today? I can't wait to hear your stories of bravery and transformation. Until next time, remember, you have the power to rewrite your story, one fearless step at a time.